guys, this is Prince Kenya. I hope you are all doing fine. Myself, I'm good, but I have a flu. It's like yesterday was on Saturday. I walked a lot. That is the reason to why I got the cold and I got the flu. But that does not hinder me like coming here and making you a video, because being a YouTuber is not that easy. You must like keep your fans or keep your followers updated. Otherwise, when you go mute or when you go silent, they might wonder what's wrong with you. So that's why no matter that I have a flu, I have decided to come here and to update you, to inform you, to encourage you, and to teach you. Maybe you can learn one or two things that can help you go about certain thing. And today I'm here so that we can talk about how I ended up in a Spanish church. You know, the reason why I have brought this topic is because there is this person that asked me in Facebook, because the place that I have been shooting or showing you around, it seems so lonely, because like if you can see the place that I have been walking showing you around, it's like I'm all alone walking in the road. Now this person concern was, where are the people? Why don't I see people in the road like in Kenya, where people walk to and fro, or like when you go to town in any town in Kenya, you will see a lot of people moving everywhere, like I don't know what I can say it. But now here in America it's another land, because almost everyone got a car and everyone is used up. Like even if it's a 5 minutes praise or 10 minutes walk or 15 minutes walk, you will see a person preferring like to use his or her own vehicle instead of walking. But myself here, I came with the Kenyan life that I was used up to walk. Even if a place is that minutes walk, 1 hour walk, sometimes I do walk. Like I don't know what I can tell you, but sometimes I do walk. So yesterday I walked a lot all the way to church, then to another place that I was referred by my friend, that he told me there are some Africans there who usually go to play soccer each and every evening of Sunday. So I walked again from church to my home. I relaxed a bit, then took another journey to that place, and I think that cold, that is the reason to why I have a flu. But that is not a hindrance for me to make a video. That is not a hindrance for me to continue with my life. That is not a hindrance for me to push it until the end. So I am here to talk about social life, although as you can see the topic of the title, it is how I ended up in Spanish church. So I'm here to answer that person that asked me about, now where do you get the social life here in America? Because as a new immigrant, all the thing that is there is that you need a social life. Not only an immigrant, the human being are social being. Like human being are also social being. No matter whether you are in America, no matter whether here in America people are busy, the thing and the truth is you need a social life. So when I came here in America, I was all alone, because I was all new for the first few days. I didn't know anything to do with how I can go about it, where I can go and meet other people, because at that time I had not even gotten a job. But after getting a job, even before getting a job the first Sunday, I decided that I must go to church. And you know what? The first Sunday I took my phone and went to Google Map, searched churches nearby, and here I got several options of churches. Then took the name of the church, went to search them in Facebook, and good luck, some of the churches name I'll have a Facebook page. And then from the Facebook page, now that's when I saw I looked and searched for the videos of the church, the services, how they go about the services. And on that Sunday, out of many selection that I had, I came across this African church. It's not an African church, but I mean it's a lot of congregants are blacks. So I decided like the first Sunday to go to that church, and I went, and the service was so good. The first service was so nice. The service was for 2 hours. Here in America, churches usually don't have, like in Kenya, where churches can start from 7 up to 6, and I like it myself. I like it because on Sunday I decided in my life it's a day of church, so no matter how many hours I will spend in church, I don't care about it. So I love it when I spend more hours in church. But here in America, that church that I went, and not only that, because the following Sundays I have gone to different churches too. They usually take the service, like if it is 2 hours, it is 2 hours. If the service is starting at 10 o'clock, it is 10 o'clock sharp, and at 12 o'clock they end the service. So the first Sunday I went to that church. So the following Sunday I used the same criteria, went to Google Map, searched for churches nearby, selected another church, and this one was for the whites. The congregants were whites were a lot. I mean the church, a lot of people are whites. They welcomed me, they were nice to me, they talked to me nicely, they gave me some stuff as a newcomer, and they asked me to be attending the church. And the third Sunday I still did the same thing. I wanted like to visit different churches, and the third Sunday I still searched another church, different church, and this one had a lot of brags. It had a lot of brags. It is nearby my place, and the service was so cool, but it was all nice. Let me say it was all nice. Now the fourth Sunday, that's when I got a reference or recommendation about my friend. He told me there is an African church with a lot of Kenyans in another place that we call Town. So I decided, you know what, I gonna walk to that place, and maybe from there I gonna meet my fellow Kenyans, because these other churches, 3 churches that I had attended, I had not met any Kenyans. And all the thing is that it's a good thing when you meet people from back your home. So I decided like I gonna go to that church and look for that church, attend that church. I may meet fellow Kenyans here, and I may decide like to be attending that church because it has my people. I'm sorry, church, we don't go to church because it has your people, but here in America, like a lot of people usually attend the church with the same people from your own background, because it creates like that feeling of you are back in your home. Going to church with the people back from back your home, you're gonna help each other, you're gonna understand one another, that's how mostly it goes on here in America. But it is all upon your choice. Not a must you go to a church that have your people. You can decide to go a church that has other congregants of other races. Not a must, because church, I believe it's church, it's all about seeking God, going to worship God. And no matter where no matter the denomination that you go, all the things that matters is God. If at all you are seeking and searching God, it doesn't matter whether the church that you attend has a lot of congregants, have a lot of these congregants, list as a congregant or what. But myself, because I needed like to feel at home, that's why I decided like to go to that church to look for the African church, the Africans that were doing the services in that church. And the first thing that shocked me is that when I reached at the parking lot of that church, all the things that I could see, they were like whites or Spanish. Before I didn't know how to differentiate Spanish and whites, but now I know how to differentiate Spanish and whites, because they are all like brown. In Africa we usually say every brown person, it's a mzungu, it's a white person. But now I can detect and differentiate between a white person and a Spanish person, because in America there are a lot of Spanish, and in America there are a lot of whites. Even the 2 languages that are spoken here in America, it's either Spanish or the English. Yeah, that is it. Those are the 2 major languages that are talked here in America. So the thing that shocked me is that I didn't see any black person in the parking lot, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get in and see myself whether maybe it's a mixture of Africans and the whites, maybe probably like that, although they are Spanish, not whites. So I went in there, and from the door they welcomed me. But when I entered, there was no any black person. I was the only one black person, and you know what, I got shocked, like, is this the church that I was looking for? But when I go to Google Map, it shows me the address of that church. It is in the same building that I am in. I had decided like to go out and maybe try to reach the church, the one that I was looking for, through their phone call. But because the time has gone up and there is no way even I could come out of that church and go to the other church, because if at all it's in a different location, I decided all the thing that I want is to do a service, worship my God, pray, make a short prayer, listen the word of God, and then go back in my home. So I decided to service the church over there. And you know what? I loved the church. The service was like back in my home. The worship, the way they worship without checking time, or limitless worship, devoting themselves, the praises, the word. I could not hear the worship or what they could see, they could say, but at least in between the programmer that used to translate some parts, and when it came to the word of God, at least they now translated for me. They had to a preacher and a translator so that I can hear the word. So I was so much blessed about the service. I was so much blessed by the church, because compared to these other churches, apart from that one who had the whites, these are other two churches that had blacks people like me. Although like me, they were not welcoming. Like after the church in Kenya, you know how pastors, especially if the church does not have a lot of congregants, you usually comes and welcome you and invites you to be attending the service. So these other two churches of the black, I was not welcomed, but this for the white I was so much welcomed. And this for the Spanish, I felt like I'm in my home. I felt like, you know, that feeling like I'm back in Kenya. The service, the way they take their service like in Kenya, the way they worship, they praise, they pray, although they are doing it in Spanish and in Spanish language. But all the thing is that I love the church. Even yesterday I attended still the same church, and in that church I'm feeling like I'm in my home. So I'm thinking like to be attending the same church, because all the thing that I want is a church that I gonna get a chance to worship my God, a church that I'm gonna feel like I'm in my home, a church that I'm gonna feel like I have brothers and sisters. And even if I don't understand and speak Spanish, I think the way they treat me, the way they welcome me, the way I feel at home in that church, I think I'm gonna be attending the church. So language is a barrier because I don't speak Spanish, but I think in time I'm gonna teach myself how to speak Spanish, because here in America, like even the place that I work, there are a lot of Spanish, and sometimes it's getting hard for us to communicate each other, because there are Spanish that doesn't speak English. Myself, I'm here, I speak English, and doesn't speak Spanish. Like, do you see, you are working with a person, he doesn't speak English, or she doesn't speak English, she only knows Spanish, and you yourself, you are here and you don't speak English, Spanish, you speak English, and you are given one duty or the same assignment to help each other. So unless you talk with sign, like you are people who doesn't talk, you talk with sign language, there is no way you can understand each other. So I think in time I'm gonna teach myself how to speak Spanish, and I believe that I will be blessed. So the reason why I have brought this topic is that to answer that person question is that where do you get a social life in America? The one place that you can get a social life, although that is in a retro percentage because it's in a workplace. At least when you go in a workplace, you usually, like those hours you are working, you will be working with other people. I tend to believe that you won't be alone in workplace, so you're gonna make some friends there. Although some friends that we get in workplace are not like here, especially in here, you are connected to those people with the work, because after maybe that person leaves the work or you yourself leaves that work, might be you may not see each other again, because you know those friends that we meet at workplace, the thing that has connected us to with them, it's work. So if a person changes the work or changes whatever that may come in between, that is not a real friend, and that is not a friend that you can count. But in Kenya, at least I can say workmates are, we usually create and make friendship with workmate. So I can't consider and I can't assure you that in the place that you will be working, you will get real friend or lifetime friend, although you can. And another place now you can get the real friend, a friend that can support you, is in church. If at all you don't attend in church, when you come here, you can reconsider it, please, because in church, no matter where the church you go, whether for the blacks, for the Spanish, denomination for the blacks, because there are some denomination with a lot of blacks, other with a lot of Spanish, at least you will feel welcomed, you will feel like you are in your home, you will feel you have brothers and sisters, and that is another place that you're gonna get a social life in church. Like myself here, those 2 Sundays I have been in that Spanish church, I feel I have some friends. I feel I have a family. Even one of them talked to me. He's a assistant pastor. He asked me and we talked in length, and he asked me if at all I got have a problem, I let them know they're gonna help me. Although I myself I don't have a problem, because I'm not going to church to be helped, but I'm going to church at least to serve my God and seek my God. So in church you're gonna meet another people, and you're gonna communicate and socialize with other people. Another place that you can at least hook up and have a social life is like in here in Lancaster, there is this place that is called It is called King's Elementary School, the place that I went after church. There are a lot of Africans there, and I found some, although they were ending the game, a lot had gone home because it was getting darker and it was so cold outside. So the Africans usually go to attend the place to play soccer. So at least with that, again, you can get a social life, or any events of Kenyans event that might happen here in Lancaster. You be following some such events, or Kenyans event in Baltimore, Maryland, because it's 1 hour 40 minutes from here. Kenyans event in New Jersey, it is 2 hours or 1 hour 40 minutes, or probably 2 hours from here. You're gonna hook up with Kenyans over there, or in other cities. At least you're gonna have family or a friend, at least you know, that can support you, can help you, you can tell your problems, something like that. Other thing is that we all need social life, no matter how busy we are, no matter how whether we are in America or not, we are not in America, whether in Africa, human beings are social beings. So that is all about it, guys. Continue subscribing this channel of mine. I'm gonna continue bringing you more content. If you have a topic that you can want me to discuss, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it because I may not help everyone, but through those videos, maybe through this one video that I have made right now, it's gonna help a certain person who need to know about social life in America. Maybe I make another video explaining something else, and there that person who had that type of a question, he gonna get an answer. So that is the importance of making more videos, because what you are searching or seeking, the information you are seeking, it is not the same information that another person is seeking. So I gonna keep on bringing more videos. At least we are going in this YouTube channel, and I believe together we will make it. Together we will reach to our dreams, and together God will bless us. So thank you so much, guys. Bye bye, and God bless you. See you. I love you all.